Hi there, this is Phil Simborg from the Backgammon Learning Center. And I was asked to do a video quiz because I haven't done any video quizzes for a little bit of a time. I've been doing mostly PowerPoints and other kinds of quizzes that I was mailing out to my students and friends and co-teachers, but some of my Facebook friends said they really miss seeing a quiz. So here it is. This is a quiz on low anchor games. An anchor game is a game where you are holding 1 point in your opponent's board, and I consider a low anchor to be the 1 and 2 point. The 3 point is sort of in the middle. Michi calls it the butterfly point. The 4, 5, and 7 points we call a high anchor game. And if you have 2 points in your opponent's board, it could be a double holding game or double anchor game or possibly a back game, depending on where they are. But we're going to be focusing just on cube action today. And I give a lesson to help determine both cube action and checker play to my students on anchor games. But this is a quiz I usually give my students afterwards to help solidify their thinking about what goes into the decision-making process. I recommend that you get out a pencil and paper because you're not going to see the answers right away. I'm going to give you 6 problems one by one, and then I'll show you the 6 answers one by one, and you can score yourself. And after you see the answers, you can look at your piece of paper and see how you did. If you can get 6 out of 6, I would consider you to be quite an expert, and 5 out of 6 is fantastic, and 4 out of 6 is pretty good, and 3 out of 6 go to work. Um, so you can pause this video anytime if you need more time, and you can pause it right now if you need to go get a pencil and paper, which is what I would recommend. If you want more information on lessons online and live from about 25 teachers all over the world in 12 different languages, all certified and with great curriculum and methods, you can go to www.backgammonlearningcenter.com. So check us out. Uh, let's get started. First position. All these positions are money games, and white is on roll. So the question here is, if you're white, do you double? And assuming that white does double, if you were blue, would you take or pass? So again, I'm not going to go real slow. Pause the video, think about it, write down your answer, and we'll go on to the next problem. I think a lot of people get these kinds of plays wrong, or these kinds of quizzes wrong. And I think it's important to know what to do for money, and then you can adjust for different match scores. That's the way we teach generally, where gammon values and scores are take points become different. You learn how to adjust, but start out with learning what it is for money, which is also going to apply for most scores that are not close to the end of the match, 7 away, and higher. Okay, hopefully you've written down your answer and you're ready to go to the next one. And again, pause it if you're not. Number 2. Again, white is on roll, cube action. Would you double if you're white? Would you take or pass if you're blue, if you were doubled? Going on to question number 3. Again, it's up to you to pause it and take as much time as you like. Number 3. Going on to number 4. We'll have a little discussion when we see the answers. For those of you who aren't aware, this is XG that I'm using, Extreme Gammon, and the pip count is shown in the upper and lower right-hand corners. Cube is in the center in every one of these. Okay, position number 5. Would you double if you were white? Would you take or pass if you were blue? And now the last position. All right, hopefully you got your answers down, written down. Let's take a look and see how you did. In the first position, it's a double and a take. And Extreme Gammon will give you some good numbers here. I use plus plus unless it's really close. I might roll it out. But it's a solid double, about 5% error if you don't, and a huge take. Obviously, it becomes better for blue if white is further back. It becomes worse for blue if white is out further. And of course, making the 5 or the 7 point would have a huge difference in blue's position and white's position. Having a little better board for blue could be better as well, having the 5 point instead of the 3 point. So these are features that we put in XG. We move checkers around. We see if we can guess not only how it changes the cube action, we take a look and see if we can make a reasonable estimate of how it changes wins and gammons, because that's going to ultimately help us a lot in match play. Okay, number 2. It's a double and a pass. What's the difference between the two positions? Well, an obvious one is that white has escaped completely. So even with these 2 points open, it's a pass. Not huge, 5%. Could be a take at some scores where maybe gammons have a real low value or no value. Let's move on. Number 3. It's a double and a take. Again, what makes it a take? White's stuck back here. He's further back. Blue's got more counterplay. Even though white now has a better board in the 5 point, this checker being back here is a huge factor. Makes it a very, very big take. Move this checker up to here. Probably a very questionable take. Get this checker out of there and it's going to be a pass. Number 4. Big pass. Again, white has completely escaped. Even with the 5 and 7 point open, the ace point game when your opponent has escaped is a pretty strong game. Unless white is stiff, maybe has a reasonable chance to leave a shot on the next roll, it could be a take at that point. Let's go to number 5. Not even a double. Again, open 5 point and a checker back. Not even a double. I think lots of people double this, and some people might even pass this. I have many students that get this wrong. So this is one of my favorite positions because I think this one is missed a lot. It's a huge, huge take. 0.412 error to pass this cube. Interesting to see you win 34% of the time. This is even a take at 2 away, where you only need about 32% to take. Number 6, last one. Pretty good double, huge take. And I think this is very, very good as a reference position. Because as you'll see on the next slide, I'm going to tell you that if you put white's checker on the 24 point, it's not even a double. And if you put the white checker onto the 18 point, it's a pass. So this one checker alone with that variation is going to change it from a take to a pass. And of course, having the bar point made would make it also a very big pass. The 3 point would probably make it a pass as well, but depending on where white's checker is. So that's what I show in my last slide, is the different alternatives. And I think that's what you really need to do to understand these positions, is to play with the alternatives. So if you go to my YouTube channel or subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have many, many, many more videos that are teaching videos. Some are quizzes, some are interesting matches. I even have interviews, some really great live interviews. So subscribe to my channel and check us out on Facebook, Backgammon Learning Center. And we have a website, www.backgammonlearningcenter.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoy sharing my ideas and approach to learning the game. I know that the more you learn this game, the more you'll like it. It's not just about winning more, which you will, of course, but it's just more fun when you understand the game more. So give it some study, get Extreme Gammon, read some books, take some lessons. Whatever it takes for you to improve your game, you'll enjoy it more. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all live again soon.